Hello everyone, it's Matt from Akumamods, back again with a review of the Sovol filament dryer, whatever it is. So Sovol sent this to me. I'll be honest, I don't really get too much use out of it because I don't really do a lot of FDM printing. I do have FDM printers around here, but it's usually one at a time, and it's just more or less to do reviews. As some of you guys may or may not know, if you've looked through the channel before, I mostly deal with resin printers now, but like I said, I usually have at least one filament printer sitting around. But with that being said, you know, I do have lots of filament that's just kind of sitting around because of that. So for me, living in Illinois, Chicago area, I basically have the issue of lots and lots of humidity. Case in point today, I think our humidity is like probably 83% as I'm making this video, so it's pretty toasty. You can kind of see the glistening off of my skin even, since I was just outside. So anyway, so yeah, I unboxed this. You guys saw it on a live stream. If you didn't, check that out. But yeah, basically, it's your typical filament dryer. You have the difference between this one and say like this other one over here, which is the Sunlu, also known as the eSun, and I want to say another one that's branded under the JO name. Unlike that one, this has the ability to dry 2 filaments at once. Now, I'll be completely honest, this is not for everybody. But for people who live in the Midwest, Florida area, stuff that has a lot of high humidity, this is definitely going to help you out, especially this model over that model. And I'll tell you exactly why. It has actually a humidity sensor on it. So when I first unboxed this, it told me that the humidity was like at 53% when I first unboxed it. It was pretty high. I mean, that might be standard for some people, but that's kind of nice that it tells you that. Whereas, you know, the previous unit that I've worked with doesn't. It just kind of has a heating feature and that's it. This one's kind of nice. The rollers are really, really nice inside. Again, it does provide drying capabilities for 2 filaments, or if you are one of those crazy people that like to print big, go big or go home type style, and you're printing with a 5 kilogram spool, I believe that they do fit in there. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that Sovol did say that. So it is pretty big, as you can see. So as it's still attached. So it is pretty big, and it's got a nice heating element in there. You can kind of see it through the grid. So it's really, really nice. And like I said, the rollers, they actually roll very, very nicely. So I really, really like that feature. Plus it also has a fan that's inside of it, so it kind of recirculates everything. So the fan is right behind here. It's in the back. You can kind of see it right there. So, but other than that, it's pretty straightforward. It's just a filament box. So, you know, obviously it has 2 uses out of it: filament storage and filament drying. So for those who are using like higher end filaments, PC, carbon fiber, nylon or nylon X, like those need this type of stuff regardless. Even TPU. Even if I didn't live in the Midwest, you know, they are still very hydrophobic. I think that's the correct wording. Again, I'm not too certain of that, but I'm almost positive that's what it is. So, but yeah, that's definitely needed for something like this. When you use higher end filaments, this is where this is going to shine the best. Yeah, you can use it for PLA, ABS, PETG. But once you start getting into the weird filaments, even like some of the wood stuff, it'll help with, because that stuff gets brittle very easily. So, so yeah, that's more or less what this is used for. But again, you can use it for any filament. It's not necessarily limited to higher end filaments. So I print pretty much in PLA. I have a few rolls of PETG. I've never even used them, as well as a few rolls of TPU I've never even used. They're still in a brand new box. I'm just waiting for the right moment to print something that's needed for that type of filament. So yeah, but anyway, there's 2 filament holes that are at the top here. One thing I wish that they had is ones at the front, or like ones that were right at the hood, kind of like the Sunlu, Isun, Jo style, where there's 2 abilities, because I'll be honest, that filament pathway is not very nice. So that's my only like major gripe about it. But other than that, it's a pretty basic, straightforward. You set the temperature and call it a day. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll leave some links down below, affiliate links to Amazon if you guys want to purchase this thing. And if you guys got any questions, comments, concerns, throw them down below, and I'll try my best to answer them as quickly as I can. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's my review of the Sovol filament dryer, dual filament dryer. So until next time, guys, happy printing.